Buddy, how you doing today? It's me, Robert Miller with Miller Education Ventures. So, just like the title says today, choosing your product and validating it. I'm just reading off my own screen here. And we're going to cut right to the chase. Yesterday's workshop was all about the basics. And we all need to understand it. We need to get to the basics. We can never ever jump into a system, let's call them, a method that shows you how to do, say, affiliate marketing and or even high ticket sales because of the mere fact, how can you do that when you don't know the basics of how to actually utilize the tools if you need any tools? So that's imperative. And I'm just reiterating that because of the mere fact that you got to understand if you're going to be getting into an online business, even a brick and mortar, you got to know the basics. How can you build a house without a foundation or the walls, the studs? You need all this stuff. So what we're going to be talking about today is the choosing your product and how to validate your product. Now, the obvious thing is that you all hear about health, wealth, relationships. Well, guess what? Those are the most congested, popular industries to be in. Everybody is in there marketing the same thing: health, wealth, relationships. So, what do I mean? Health, how to lose weight, how to get the perfect skin, how to get the perfect hairdo, whatever you may call it under health, how to control diabetes. These things, it's inundated with so much information out there. So, wealth, how to make money online, e-commerce, run your own store in Shopify. It's all these things. Relationships, dating websites, consultants, marriage counselors, life coaches is huge. And they're everywhere on the internet, everywhere. There's no where on the internet you can't look and you're going to find one of those three people being marketed somewhere or some product. So what I'm talking about is like the wealth industry. There's tons of affiliate marketers because a lot of times it's the easiest way to make some money if you do the work. If you don't do the work, you're not going to make a dime. You're not going to make a penny. You're not going to make anything. And you realistically, doesn't matter what industry you get into for your business. Until you sell something, anything, you're not a business. You got to sell something first. So anyway, choosing your product. Now, here's the thing that I find it's extremely important for everybody to understand. Every product works. If you don't believe me, look around you. I made a comment on Facebook to somebody that's saying that they're having a hard time making sales because their marketing, it was a money making thing, and I believe it was affiliate marketing. And he said, how do I sell products? My product is not selling. I'm spending all this money and so forth. And I responded back by saying, choose an ugly product, an ugly industry that nobody else wants to market or doesn't want to market because it's not sexy. It's not luxurious. You can't have a fancy, sexy girl leaning on a Maserati or a Ferrari to sell. Get into an ugly market. And this is where the comical thing comes into play. Somebody said, fart spray industry, like selling those fart case brands off that's available at Amazon. I laughed because that's a perfect example. That gentleman that made the comment, kudos to you. And if you're seeing this right now, I loved your response because I do love those practical jokes that people play on their other people, like that fart spray stuff. But anyway, choosing your product, there is a science to working in any type of industry, any type of niche, any type of sub niche, any type of sub niche. Now, why am I repeating sub? Is because there's an industry like health, and then there is a sub-market that's called diets. And then there's a sub-market that is going to be females. A sub-market would be females over 40 that want to lose weight. Okay. Now, you don't want to go too deep into your niches, but this thing about choosing your product, it's not complicated. It's not rocket science, but there is a science behind it to validate it. That's the key. Now, how do you validate? You know something, if you're not familiar with Google Trends, it's going to be your best friend. When you are looking into promoting a product, doesn't matter what it is, or even choosing your product, you got to validate it first. And I'm going to say again, health, wealth, and relationships, there's probably millions of people. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I don't know. But there's millions of people promoting the same stuff. It doesn't matter which way. And you're all competing for the same customers. But who is your customer? You got to find that out too. But anyway, you got to find the product. Google Trends is going to validate your product. It's very hard for me to explain verbally here without me offering you my video that goes into detail, like describing how to use Google Trends and doing a comparison with certain niches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link into the chat here, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. Now, this is on my YouTube channel for public viewing. So I'm putting it in here for all of you to take a look at. And if you don't know Google Trends, you're going to learn it pretty quick. And if you need a little bit of help, I'm more than happy to help you understand Google Trends. Just contact me through this video, because right now I'm streaming on my personal Facebook page, my Facebook business page, my Facebook private group. I'm on Twitter right now, and you know there's a few other platforms that I'm actually doing this live workshop on. So whatever you're doing, if you don't know Google Trends, reach out to me, make a comment, or you can actually email me at support@millereducationventures.com. That's support@millereducationventures.com. Now, a lot of people ask me also, how come I'm so serious about things? Because running a business is serious stuff. I don't take this lightly, neither should you. You'll see all these people on different platforms. They're doing a dance, they're doing this and stuff. I take starting a business or running a business online as very serious stuff. So anyway, I have a workshop coming up. It's going to be live, limited to 10 seats, March 9th at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I've got the link in the chat here if you want to take a look at how to use Google Trends and how to compare different ideas you have specifically to what you are considering being your product. So you all have a wonderful day. Today is February 24th, coming to the end of February. So if you have any questions or concerns or comments, I want to know what your number one biggest problem is you're struggling right now in your online business. Have a wonderful day. And again, I'm Robert Miller.